Yo, what is up guys, Grim here, and in today's video I'm going to teach you guys how you can sell your items quick and also buy things you need like supplies, all that kind of stuff like that really fast. So this is pretty much one of the most requested things that I get asked. You know, how can I sell XYZ really fast? You know, how do you sell your maps? How do you sell this, that, and the other? And this video is going to show you guys how I pretty much sell all my stuff really fast and liquidate pretty much everything I get from a session, you know, as fast as humanly possible. So let's start off with the bulk, shall we? Let's say I wanted to sell bulk incubators or, you know, bulk maps or something like that. Let's do some quick pricing and I'll show you guys kind of how you can get this stuff done and sold really fast for a really good price. So first of all, you're going to need to pick out the items you want. So I've got the Diviners incubators out here. You know, we could also do like foreboding here if you wanted to sell the foreboding as well. We don't have as many of these here. Generally, you want to start selling stuff when you get about 10 of them, you know, so if you got 10 Diviners incubators or 10 like, you know, fossilized incubators or something like that, that's when you want to start selling stuff, because stuff that like is in bulk will sell much faster, generally at a higher price, and you know, you can get stuff done efficiently. You know, if you're selling things one by one, that's definitely not the way to do it, and you're going to spend a lot of extra time, which you really don't want to do, you know, selling those items. So how am I going to get rid of these quick, and what's the best way to do it? So the best way to do it is by using trade tabs. If you're using something like a map tab, you can use a map tab instead. We'll get to that in a second, but let's say I wanted to sell these incubators. You will need a few premium tabs that you can use to sell stuff in bulk. So, you know, I have quite a few, but you only need a couple, and you can kind of get rid of this stuff pretty quick, and I'll show you guys what's up now. So first thing we're going to need to know how much we're selling these for. So let's take a quick look. So if you're using something like Awaken PoE Trade, this is a fantastic tool for checking that out. So let's go to up here to the stock, and we're only looking for people who are also selling in bulk. So let's see, you know, what are people selling these for if they have, for example, 10? You know, so let's take a quick peek. So you can see here, this guy's got 18 and he's selling them at 2 chaos each, and his ratio here is 4:2. So what this means is essentially he'll sell you 2 incubators at a time, but you have to give him 4 chaos. So the minimum you can buy off this individual is 2 incubators. Now, I'm not too into like selling 2 incubators at a time personally, because, you know, that's going to chew up a lot of your time, which you could be, you know, chilling out, doing some more maps, or, you know, doing all sorts of other things like crafting or something like that. So I generally always try and sell my items in lots of 10, and, you know, if I don't have 10 of it, you know, and it's not worth much, you know, I probably just vendor it. That's kind of how I go. Let's price these items up aggressively so that we can get rid of it quick. You know, you can price things a little bit less aggressively if you want to, like, you know, maybe sell them for 2.5 chaos and wait for the other people to log off or for them to sell their stock. But generally, I like to get rid of my stuff real quick. So I always price it at the lowest and I undercut everyone. And that's how I get rid of everything so fast. So all you'll need to do is chuck all of your stuff in a tab here. So now you can see I've loaded it up, and you know, when we want to sell 10 at a time. So in order to do that, you'll go over and set exact price. You'll probably see, like, you know, set it to chaos, and all you'll need to key in is how much you want to sell it for times 10. So I want to sell these for about 1.9 chaos. So I undercut the other guys, and, you know, I get rid of this stuff quick. So all I need to do is, you know, I type in 1.9 chaos, but then because I want to sell 10 at a time, and I don't want to deal with people trying to PM me for 1 at a time, I'd times that by 10. So I'd make it 19, and then I'd do it over how many I'm selling. So 19 over 10. So if you actually check the price of these, it'll actually be 1.9 chaos now. But you can see here that the tab's name is 19 over 10. So when people go to the bulk exchange and they're checking out incubator sales and stuff like that, they're going to see me as the cheapest, and they're going to see how many I have, and they're only going to be able to PM me for 10 at a time, which is going to save me a lot of time, and it's going to be a lot more efficient. You can do the same thing with maps. So, you know, let's say I wanted to sell, let's take a look. What's a really popular map right now? Park. You know, you can see here I already have my fraction in here. Let's do a quick price check on parks. If I have 10, how much are they going for right now? So it looks like they're going for, this guy's got pretty insane stock here, but I think that this guy's probably price fixing. So I'd probably go with about 7 chaos on the parks. This guy has 438. So he's definitely going to be holding the line there. So maybe I'd go with about 6.5 chaos. So, you know, I'd go 65, 10, and then I'd sell mine for 6.5 chaos each. And that would work out really good for me. And you can kind of go through your map tab and set all of them if you want. Generally, the more popular the item, the faster it will sell, of course. You can also set the price of an entire map tab if you wanted to. So you can set this to public, and then set all your maps to, for example, 40, you know, 4 chaos each, but they have to buy 10. That's the rule. And, you know, I'm sure you'll get quite a lot of PMs for your maps as well. Tons of people buy maps in bulk, and it's a really good one. So you can definitely go down that route as well. So super duper good. All right, let's say that you wanted to buy Exalted Orbs, for example. That's a really popular one. Everyone's like, how do I buy Exalts quick? I don't want to have to PM all these people. Well, there is a strategy to get this done really, really fast. Where the people who have the Exalted Orbs come to you instead of the reverse. It might take a second for the trade API to update and all that stuff like that, but it's a far cry better than, PMing 100 people and not getting an invite. So basically the way you do this is basically what we were doing before, but in reverse. So let's say I wanted to, get some Exalted Orbs with my Chaos Orbs. So what is the price of Exalted Orbs right now? So you can see here that the price is about 100 Chaos. And generally, if you're trying to buy quick or sell quick, you want to go on one side of the equation. So, if you're trying to sell Exalts super duper fast, underprice them. If you're trying to buy Exalts, overprice them. And you can kind of see you'll get some pretty good effect. So if I wanted to buy, Exalts here and I wanted to buy at least 2, let's say I wanted to buy them for 102 chaos each, so people PM me first and I'm high on the list, you do, 2 for 204. So they're 2 Exalts for my 204 chaos. So my 204, there we go. That should be good. Yep, and you can see here it shows up as 0 Exalts, but that's just because of the fraction. So people should start PMing you pretty quick. Once the trade API updates, it's pretty much going to be immediate. The only downside to this strategy is you're going to be basically inundated with people PMing you because you're going to get the whole entire server trying to buy your chaos for Exalts. I'm sure it'll kick in during this video, but that's one way to do it. So that's kind of buying currency, and that's how you sell your items in bulk really quick. Obviously you can sell all sorts of stuff with that strategy. You can sell your currency using those fractional things. You can sell maps, incubators, basically anything where you can sell at least 10 of it at a time. It's going to be a very good kind of way to go. You can also do this for Exalted Orbs. It's really effective for example, selling alterations for Exalted Orbs. If you price it in Exalted Orbs, you can check the price of your stuff pretty quick with a weekend PoE trade. You can see here that, a lot of people are selling about, 1x per 270 alterations. There's only one guy here who's selling, his for 1 to 300. If we wanted to get rid of ours quick, we could also price ours at 1 to 300, and I imagine they'll get snapped up pretty quick, So if you wanted to do that, our 300 alterations for their 1 Exalted Orb, I actually think it's about there, around the other way. You can see that. Oh, there it is. So people are already starting to try my chaos. Let's quickly turn that off. Otherwise, we are going to get spammed to high heaven. So we'll turn that off real quick, and hopefully that updates before I get absolutely obliterated. So yeah, if you wanted to sell your alterations, you can do the same thing, but you can do it with Exalts, and that's a pretty good way to do that as well. You can see here that's actually the wrong way around. It's pretty easy to tell though because it shows you, and then people might PM me to buy my alterations for 1 Exalt, and that's a really quick way to get rid of big stacks of alterations and other currencies as well, like fusings. So there we go. Let's go on D&D real quick so we don't get spammed. All right, so what about if you wanted to buy stuff? I actually have to come off D&D to do this. Let's say I wanted to buy, a set of divination cards or some supplies. That is definitely where a lot of people, kind of get frustrated. How are they going to buy 100 Legion Scarabs? It's too hard. It's way too slow. And, I absolutely agree. It's way too slow using traditional means. And there is actually an alternative you guys can turn to, which will actually make your life a lot easier. And I've been using this for a couple of leagues now, and I actually think it's actually one of the best tools, I've actually had the purpose to kind of download. So the tool I'm talking about here is PoE Overlay. Now, you will need to download this using the Overwolf client. I know a ton of people aren't a big fan of Overwolf, but it is what it is. I think it's absolutely worth having Overwolf on my computer to have PoE Overlay because it allows you to access the market exchange. The market exchange is absolutely one of the most powerful tools I've actually seen in an add-on, and it is completely broken in my opinion. It's completely within TOS. I've used it tons of times on stream for many leagues now, and it's super duper good. So let me run you guys through how it kind of works and how it's going to save you a ton of time. So let's start off with like Scarabs, for example. Let's say I wanted to buy some Scarabs and I wanted to buy them fast. Well, PoE Overlay has me covered. So all you have to do is come to the Scarab section here and pick out the Scarab you want. So let's say I wanted to buy a ton of, polished Piranha Scarabs. You can put in your minimum. I want to, oh, sorry, that's actually the wrong one here. We need to put Chaos in here, and then we need to come over to items I want. I want the polished Piranha Scarabs. You put in how many you want, so I probably want about 20 minimum. Then you click search, and it's going to pop up with all the people who have at least 20, And you can see here that it shows their ratios, similar to the thing we were doing earlier. These guys are bulk sellers, which is super duper awesome. And all you need to do is, you can PM them directly if this ratio suits you, but you can also adjust the ratio using these buttons, and it'll go up in multiples of what they're selling. If you want to max it out immediately, you can also hit the max number here, and it'll like jump it straight up to the max here, which is super duper awesome as well. But that's pretty much only if you're buying mega bulk. Now, the thing that really makes this kind of add-on come alive is the fact that you can PM people at speeds which are absolutely unethical. So let me show you what I mean. So generally, let's say I wanted to buy a ton of scarabs, and people generally don't respond. They actually don't. So you have to PM pretty much the whole server to get anything you want in this game. So let's say that we wanted to PM, all these people. You just have to spam all of these ticks. And you just go along, maximum, yep, I want all them, yep, please can I have those? And then you'll see if you come in game, all these people come up, and now look at all my invites. All these people now want to trade with me because I've PM'd all of them, and I can take my pick, and it's going to be really good. So let's go buy these guys scarabs. It is the most effective way to trade in this game. And you can do this for stuff like divination cards, which is going to be really good. There's someone wanting to buy those alterations, like we mentioned. You can do this for stuff like divination cards, if you're doing a bit of flipping. You can do this to bulk buy maps, all sorts of things. And it's going to make it so that you can get the resources that you need to, play how you want. And, it's going to spend a lot less time, messing around on the trade website, PMing people, and it's super duper annoying. I'll show you guys how to buy individual maps, because I know people progressing the Atlas, that's a really big sticking point for a lot of people, and it's super duper annoying. So I'll show you guys how to buy a ton of maps really, really quick, and it's going to be really awesome as well. All these people trying to buy my alterations here. So let's get into that. So I've shown you guys how to buy bulk currency and commodities. So you can kind of take your pick here. Pretty much everything's there, incubators, all sorts of stuff like that. If you want to buy individual things though, let's say that you wanted to buy, some divination cards, or let's say maps, like we said before. You can do that really, really fast by typing, like dunes straight up, and then you can just spam. Okay, we need to do the dunes map. Dunes map. So dunes map, Atlas of World. So yeah, let's go. All right. So if you wanted to buy like a dunes map really, really quick, bang, bang, and get an invite as soon as possible. Here we go. Boom. I already got it. There we go. That's one map down. You can go ahead and you can go and trade this guy. And it's really, really fast. You can kind of spam that button and make sure that you can get everything you need, which is pretty efficient. You can do, wow, he's coming to me. He's keen. So you can do that for div cards, all sorts of stuff. It's going to increase your trading speed significantly. Oh, this is actually the alteration guy. Whoops. We'll have to tell a bit of a white lie there. So we'll have to move on, but yeah, you guys get the point. You can kind of do things really fast, and it's going to be really, really good for you. So yeah, that is PoE overlay with Overwolf. You do need the Overwolf version to have the exchange available to you, and that's definitely pretty powerful. So that's kind of going to be my trading tips for you guys. That's going to teach you how to sell in bulk, maps, incubators, all sorts of stuff like that, currencies, and I also teach you guys how to buy in bulk as well. You can buy exalted ores by setting that ratio really quick. You can still use PoE overlay for those things as well if you want, but it's kind of faster to just set your own ratio, and you can generally kind of dictate the price as well. And you can also buy stuff really fast using the search or the overall exchange. So that's kind of going to be my little tutorial on how to trade fast and trade like a pro. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully it helps. Until then, cheers.